Hey everybody, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the second of 5 sessions of Hearts of the Force. So Hearts of the Force is part of Star Wars Saturdays, which is an ongoing anthology campaign that I've run for the Gauntlet community. In it every month, sometimes a couple times in the same month, I'll pick a different RPG system, toss it out there to my fellow fans, friends, and aficionados of indie, small press, and OSR RPGs in the Gauntlet community. They sign up, we create characters, or sometimes we revisit characters from previous games, like this one, and we tell a story together. It's fun. This is Hearts of the Force, which is a drift or reskin of Hearts of Wulin, which is a Wuxia style Powered by the Apocalypse game from the fertile mind of my buddy Lowell Francis. I've reskinned it as a holoNET series in Star Wars. We're currently timeline wise post Return of the Jedi, what not quite out to Mandalorian time frame if you've watched that Disney Plus series of awesomeness. So there's the thing. There's the general time frame, but the thing is that this is a holoNET show, so we're allowed to make excuses, make up our own canon because it's this hastily thrown together thing that was filmed on Adelon down in the it doesn't matter, but the Minos Cluster and blah, 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 blah. So space stuff, Star Wars, and we're marrying the idea of Jedi on Coruscant and a wuxia romantic action idea. So let's go around the circle, remind ourselves of our 4 primary characters for the series. And if you could just tell us a little bit about your role, which is the name of the playbook in this game, and let us know which of your entanglements you've highlighted. I'm going to start from the right-hand side and go to the left-hand side in our character keeper. That's our Google Sheet. But as I remind myself, let us quickly go over safety tools. We have lines against sexual violence, sexual assault, and sexual coercion, as well as harm to children. Those lines are inviolate. It means those things are not part of our story. We're just not interested in it. We will veil, like Lucas style screen wipe or fade to black on these items: sexual content, torture, and slavery. Slavery is interesting because we have a Wookiee, but we're going to veil it. So and then on top of that, we have X card. If anyone needs to X card any content for any reason, just say so. We will stop, move around that, excise it from our play, and continue on. With that in mind, we start from the right and heading towards the left. Sabine.
Unmute myself, please. Thank you. I'm talking while I'm unmuting myself. So it's mostly if you say, hey, you're on mute, I'm mostly starting like, hey, I'm on mute. That's too bad. Where's the button? So yeah, sorry for babbling at this. I am Sabine. I use any pronouns. I'm going to play Garland Dahl, who is, well, Garland Dahl is a famous Jedi in history. He was human. He's played by Ratataki because, well, that Ratataki showed up and wanted to, and they didn't. They let him, so they are using a lot of makeup, and he's wearing a hood all the time, so you can't see anything. Garland Dahl is the outsider role, and his, I don't know, his subset is from a certain point of view. He's not the traditional kind of Jedi. He's mostly happy-go-lucky, helping about. In this instance, though, he has disguised himself as part of the Sentinels to be closer to Abassa, who he likes, maybe. But that is not the Jedi way, and his emotions got in the way in a big way, lots of ways last time. So yeah, maybe he'll stop doing that. But for the moment, he's attached to this Sentinel thing. Subsect, he has two pale blue lightsabers and a cloak. But he has somehow convinced people that this is totally normal for Sentinels, because they usually have golden blades, but he doesn't. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah. And his other entanglement is that he swore to his master that he would protect Kalisa. So they would be offended if they knew that. So he doesn't tell Kalisa that he's out here protecting her, but he is totally, absolutely would give his life if it was necessary. Hopefully not.
Ooh, writes down furiously. Which one are you highlighting of the two? Just so
I'm highlighting the one for purely selfish reasons. I'm highlighting the one with protecting Kalisa because I think that might come into play.
It might. Good call. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sabine. And then next we have Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I use the he, him pronouns. Today I'm playing Abessa Dara, who uses she, her. Abessa is a student and is a trainee of the Sentinel Way, which means she has dual yellow lightsabers, but they connect to form a double-bladed lightsaber in the center. And the entanglement I'm highlighting is I discovered that my friend Kalisa has been learning techniques from Giza, a master of the enemy Sith.
Wicked. Next is Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm playing Gurwi. Gurwi is a Wookiee Jedi. He's a member of the Blue Alderaan cult. Just wanted to touch on that real quick because like halfway through last session, I finally figured out what the Blue Alderaan cult is about. And they have seen into the future and found only void where Alderaan was. And they seek to prevent this. Oh. So, yes, Gurwi, member of the Blue Alderaan cult, fights with, we all have dual lightsabers, and I'm loving it. He fights with two blue lightsabers that also can join in the center and form a lightsaber staff, but he also carries, and anyone's, feel free to double check me on the pronunciation here, a reek blade, which is like the Wookiee ceremonial blade, and he carries some thermal detonators too for fictional positioning. I have highlighted the entanglement that I love Ethan Nor, but I have sworn revenge against their friend Garland. We have not figured out why I seek revenge against Garland, but I'm sure we will this session. And then my other entanglement is that my master Giza has secretly trained me as part of a revenge plot against my friend Kalisa. And that was coming to a head right at the end of last session when I was contacting my master Giza, and Abessa found me.
Yes. Yes. Sweet. Thank you so much. And then last but certainly not least, Joe.
I am Joe, they, them. I am playing Kalisa Nile. She's a Zeltron duelist. She uses dual lightsabers, one green, one purple. One belonged to some Jedi master. The other one belonged to apparently some Sith Lord. It doesn't matter. They're mine now. Not a Jedi. Very important. I think they're dumb. They're caught up in their own BS. So are the Sith. I got to show them how they're wrong. And she's actually played by Janella Jantek, a Zeltron from many other Star Wars Saturday games. So starting off her holobit career.
I mean, she's had so many careers, from bounty hunter to drug lord to it's great.
Yeah, but she's really good at talking in them.
It's true. I think this was a natural progression for her. Really, her agent saw that talent and pursued it with gusto. It's great. Awesome. So in the last session, we had ended with two big reveals or two big moments. One of them was the aforementioned Gurwi with a hollow conversation with his master. As Giza said, you must kill Kalisa. There is no other way, or you will disappoint me, my young student. And then we had Kalisa and Garland down on level 1313. That's a subterranean level in Coruscant, as seen in such amazing episodes of Clone Wars and the unfinished but great deal of potential 1313 series video game. But I like 1313, and I have lots and lots of production still, so I'm very happy that we're down there. That's where I've been running a lot of the Hutt Cartel games. In fact, so much so that I've borrowed some characters from that. Evidently, one of the writers must have heard about this Holly Fuqua, the drug lord, and her brother, two humans who ran 1313 for a brief period of time. But again, this is in the past, so there's all kinds of anachronisms that are happening. We're going to open up right after that when Khaleesi. Yes, time.
I forgot that I'm highlighting the Aswarda Boomer that I protect Garland, but they'd be offended if they knew.
Thank you.
It feels like that's coming.
This seems appropriate. I think that we can pretty much guarantee that may happen. Now, it's a good call. Thank you for jumping in. Awesome. So, Khaleesi and Garland, the two of you had walked along the slick Duracrete street of 1313 after breaking up some. There's a bit of problems that were going on in a small cantina, and you made sure that the right people were arrested by the Coruscant security. And then you spoke, the two of you, for quite a bit, opening up. It was pretty touching. And then you arrived at the huge apartment complex where Lohali Fuqua and her minions. Roll for your party link is under the basic moves on row 13. And I can link people to that as well, but just for future reference, so you can. Oh, look, Guri beat me to it. Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, just as a note on roll for your party, I'm finding in other games that if you just clear dice and the person who rolls dice rolls fresh dice every time, we don't have the like bobbly boobly tease of the dice where they show a die result and then flip to another. May want to try that unless you guys like that I rolled well and then all of a sudden I didn't roll well, which amuses me to watch you get angry. It also angers me occasionally, but that's totally up to you guys. We'll have to work that out once we get to die rolls. So two of you were looking up at this skyrise apartment. And of course, it's not really in the sky because you are on 1313. You're 1,300 levels below the surface of Coruscant. And you know that this is where Lohali Fuqua resides, where the heart of her power is. Her cartel protects this building. And yeah, so we had cut with the two of you. We open with the one of those like cameras like zooms all the way up and you guys get smaller until you're almost specks. And then there's the balcony where the beautiful Lohali Fuqua with her dark eyes and her killer tat along her chest, super scandalous. She's leaning across the balcony, looking down. And then Galen Fuqua, like a specter, appears at her side, her brother, her confidant, her protector. And then over her right shoulder, we see the dark shadow that is Koth, the Zabak, who is a force wielder, but not a Sith, guys. Not that we know. And Holly says, 2. You said nothing about 2, Koth. Koth says, it's no matter. 1, 2. They will both fall. See to it. And then they both disappear. And she opens a little comm link and says, we have some unwanted guests. Please take care of it. That's when the front doors of the Skyrise apartment open up and a number of dressed mostly the same variety of different species of thugs all come out and start walking towards Khaleesi and Garland.
Khaleesi, just one question. What are we doing? What are we trying to achieve here? Just so I'm clear on that.
To strike up a meeting with the Fuqpas.
Oh, so we're going to arrest them.
I wasn't planning. We're not authority down here.
Oh, I'm a Jedi. We can be authority if we want to. I can't just go killing people. You understand that, right?
That's not my plan. It's not the intention. I just want to tell them that what they can do and what I will stop them from doing.
Hey, you! A Trandoshan says, Move
Okay,
along! Move
let's-
along!
just play by ear, and I'll look at the Trandoshan, smile at him, and ignite my lightsabers. Like, hey,
They all flinch for a second.
excuse me, we're trying to talk to the Fuqua lady. You want to
Yeah.
stand in the way, or
I think you'll find I have an appointment.
Ooh, do you have some kind of move you're engaging here?
No,
Awesome. Then
I don't think so.
I just checking in because there's lots of crazy moves. I don't know them all by
I don't
heart.
know what the basic moves are. I guess overcome.
I mean,
No.
hearts and
Hearts and
minds is
minds?
pressure someone susceptible to your words, but
I got
just
force, I guess.
I mean, I think baby, we just roll with so this is
actually, I have a move.
Oh.
I can use hearts and minds on people who would not otherwise be susceptible to my words.
I will accept that. I don't think this guy was open to a hearts and minds. He wouldn't be susceptible to this normally, but you have this move,
Force
so
lets us do it though.
oh damn. I thought you didn't you like get on Garland just like a few minutes ago last session about using the force to it's fine.
That's it. That was different. He was forcing people to arrest people rather than
I
just
wasn't.
talking to them.
I wasn't doing that. That was Gorby.
Yeah. That was
I
the
just-
Wookiee.
Oh, right. No, I'm not
Wookiee.
using the force. I'm just telling them that, look, guys, you don't want this.
It's pretty-
You really, she's a duelist. I'm a Jedi master. We're out of your class. Please move aside. Don't force us to hurt you.
All right, roll it. Please,
Okay.
Nix.
I will roll in this. I think I will roll with.
Yeah, what do you
I
have to
think
roll with? That's right. You got a few of them healed. That's right. I forgot at the end there.
I will use coaxium because I think because presence might be, and caution for them might be a good idea. Let's see how that goes. It's a 7, so it's an 8. That's okay.
That's okay. All right. On hearts and minds, on 7 to 9, they can either bow to your words and do what you want, or reveal themselves, overreact, hesitate, or alienate. Ooh, these guys are aliens. Should I choose that?
I mean, that means I create animosity between them and someone of my choosing.
I mean, we're
I know,
all
right?
aliens, Rich.
Well, okay, you're right. Just saw alienate and wanted to make the word joke. I think there's a moment of doubt in the Trandoshan. Of course, they are lizard people, so it's not like they have a great many of emotions they can convey through their face. But this guy Noct, we hired one of the best Trandoshan actors, so he is able to portray his doubt through just like a little brow ridge movement. And all the Trandoshans are watching, like they get it right away, but it's so good. It conveys so well that even, dim-witted humans are like, wait a second, that Trandoshan might be a little worried. And so he's going to reveal himself. He says, I've got orders. I got hatchlings to take care of.
Well, you
So-
very much wouldn't be able to take care of them if you were to end up losing a limb.
Reveal themselves also means that I get to ask 2 questions of them, right?
Exactly. You do.
So one of the questions, yeah, that's a good question. How would you do that if you lost a limb or were otherwise harmed?
He says, Fuqua will take care of them if I die in her service. There's resigned feeling to his voice, like a even if I die, it still does the job, but if I walk away, I lose so much. You feel that, like we hear the little string biwa music that plays out that poignant, tragic moment.
Okay, so I'll ask him, have you considered another line of work that doesn't include being hacked to pieces or hacking other people to pieces? I know it can be difficult, but
He sighs. worked on the surface once. It's a good job. But it's not for me. With that, he draws up his blaster rifle. He starts to take a shot at you. What do?
I will engage them, and I will force push him away.
All right. When you fight with a group of foes who are collectively below your scale, roll with your style element. On a hit, you defeat them. You're dealing with troops. Describe how you do so. On a 10+, you do so easily. On a miss, you have some choices.
Okay, I will roll with force, which is my style element. And I've rolled a 4, but I've got a 6 with my style element, and I will burn a bond with Kalista because, I mean, I'm protecting her here, right? I know, but it's my entanglement. So I've got a 7.
I know. That's great. But I
I've
literally
got
have a move to defend you. That's even better.
Okay, I mean, cool. I do with troops. So,
So on a 10+, you do so easily. You did a 7 to 9, which means you did not do so easily. Talk to me, Garland. What gave you trouble? Was it your own self-doubt?
Yeah, no, it's not my self-doubt as much as the fact that I've talked to these people. You can't chop people to pieces if you've talked to them. I'm trying to not kill them. That's what gives me a little spot of trouble, right? I push them, but that means they can get up again and shoot at me. And also I'm trying to protect Kalisa. Then I have to deflect the blaster shots. That's a lot.
So we see you like deflecting blaster shots with your 2 lightsabers. Kalisa, the bond was burned, so there was something that you did. What's a cool couple of action shots of Kalisa, either defending Garland or helping to defeat these guys?
Oh, totally. I will totally get in the way of like somebody's got a bead on them, and I like leap in to chop slice the blaster in half. You know, cutting off the thing, because that's what stops them, right? And then, or like maybe I'll like force push them out of the, like just like make them like move a couple steps out of the way as somebody was like swinging a vibro axe at them.
Nice. Yeah, of course we got to have our prerequisite. We've got a Wookiee who has shaved like half of their head, right? And they have these weird tribal tats where the Wookiee fur would be, and they come forward with this wicked vibro axe, and you deflect that and cut it in half or something, and you clear the Duracrete street of all of these thugs, of Footpaw's thugs, and make your way into the front lobby. And it's spacious. This is space opera, right? Plus we can also drop in a lot of CG to make it seem bigger. It's fine. And so there's like a water feature, and then one of the lifts just opens up, and out steps Galen Fuqua. Galen Fuqua is a human. He is a total babe. He's like an athlete that maybe kind of wanted to be an actor, but was mostly cast because he's hot. And he's in this just totally dope looking black outfit. And you see that he does have a blaster on his belt in a nice holster. Actually, it's a pair of blasters, right? Garland had 2 blasters, and then he has a sniper rifle that we saw earlier as he was watching the thing around the cantina. And he walks forward, hands clasped behind his back. Says, "Oh, it seems that the 2 of you had some trouble. Are you all right, my
Sure, it was
Jedi
just a
friend?"
misunderstanding.
I'm sure. So I assume you wish to speak with my sister.
Well, both of you, presumably. Are you not equal partners? The minutia escapes me.
Well, Jedi, I'm sorry, but you're
I'm
not
not a
gonna drive
Jedi.
wedge.
So.
Oh. Aren't you carrying a lightsaber?
Not all Jedi carry lightsabers. Not all lightsaber users are Jedi.
I thought only those who could wield the Force were able to make one of them ignite.
It's literally just a button.
It requires the Force to use it well, though. But you don't have to be a Jedi to use the Force either. Weird how that works.
Interesting. Interesting. My sister is the one who runs the business. I assist her in any way that I can. Don't feel that you can drive a wedge between us. Now, what is it that you wish to discuss with my sister? She is a bit leery of at least two people with lightsabers.
Her business and what I will allow and what I won't allow.
I see.
Because it's going to be far more of a hassle on her business if I keep getting involved. I'm sure she doesn't want that.
And then we hear as a pair of lightsabers light up from behind you guys. And we have the cool red lighting at your faces. And that's when you see that evidently this little Zabrak is kind of sneaky. And by little, I mean not at all little. He stands, I don't know how many meters, but over 6 feet tall. He has the markings of the, the red and black style of a Zabrak. He says, "You don't run anything down here, Kalisa Nile." You see that it is Koth, the Zabrak.
I don't claim to.
Then leave, or you will be kicked out.
Not until I've had that business meeting.
Again, it says, "I'm sorry, but it seems that you have some kind of argument here." And he starts to step back.
Oh, wait. Maybe Kalisa could go and talk to your sister, and me and this gentleman could exchange a few cultured words.
Ooh, that's an interesting arrangement. I just don't think Galen really wants a person who says they're going to tell you how you can run your business up to see them.
It's a negotiation.
I know, but I don't think that he trusts you.
It's fair.
Okay.
That's why there's dice, right?
I think so. I think that your foe, Koth, is your scale, Garland, as well as, and of course we can argue it, but for the purpose of drama and also mechanics, Galen is Kalisa's scale. So
I mean, Cad Bane was some Jedi, was Anakin's scale for a lot of the Clone Wars, so
exactly.
that's fair.
All
That's
right,
fair.
cool. I'm glad you accept that rather than, because yeah, lightsabers and Jedi are incredibly powerful, but we're also doing a TV show too. So Koth wishes to face down with you, Garland, and exchange some culture. And I think Galen is just going to basically pop up and fire a shot at Kalisa. And so just before this action breaks forth, if you guys in this huge, and add in whatever details you want into the huge lobby with water feature, lifts, the Duracrete streets behind you. We cut away very quickly and we do like we're in a new episode, right? So there may have been people who didn't watch the first episode. They heard the buzz about the holoNET show, and so we have to roll back for a few seconds and have we've cut back to Gurwi and the conversation that he had where he finished receiving orders from Giza that he had to kill Kalisa. There was no other way, and then that holoNET drops off, and then Abessa, you say your amazing line that it's been memed all over the place. Which is
don't the two of you are being played for a fool.
So we pick right back up right there. Gurwi, Abessa has discovered you, mostly because the player set that up, and it's amazing, and I adore it with all my heart.
Do you even care? She's not even a Jedi.
Neither are those that you serve.
Gurwi definitely needs to extricate himself from this situation.
Do you have issues betraying your Jedi ways?
I have seen into the future, Abessa. I have seen a darkness. I have seen a void. I only seek to prevent this.
And you think that your actions will prevent it and not lead to it? You can see the future that clearly?
No one can see the future that clearly. But it is clear that the Jedi way is not complete.
And
You are but a Padawan. You would not understand.
True. There are many things I do not understand, and I'm looking to learn. And you are telling me that sometimes you must do the wrong thing to follow the right path?
That is how I have foreseen it.
Mm-hmm. I think that for Abessa, that's an inner conflict. Because she's like, no, you've got to do the right thing, but...
I knew we were on the doorstep of either inner conflict or a PC versus PC duel, so I wanted to
Yeah.
see that play out.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see you do it.
Okay.
Or not do it, as the case may be.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, what do I...
You may roll with anything but your style element.
Okay. So this is... Let's call it coaxium. So that would be a 5 even. Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty. All right. So on a miss, the GM makes things much worse. So you guys are at the temple, right?
In the library.
In the library of the temple. Sweet. So yeah, I think I think what happens is sorry, I had an idea. I'm just double checking names to make sure I've got stuff too, but I think what then happens, Abessa is studying under Ethan Knorr, correct? Just
Yes.
making sure. Okay.
Mhm.
I think Ethan Knorr will show up because that seems like a worse thing for your master to just magically show up and you're having this terrible inner conflict. So we see him. We have the musical the musical intro. This is Galen Knorr's little series of notes.
And I think, if you don't mind, I think he hears the last thing that I said, but doesn't hear the last thing that Gory said, which was, so it's okay to do the wrong thing to follow to try to reach the right path. And he hears that.
The disappointment on his placid face is obvious. Bessadara.
Yes.
It seems that we have some conversations that you and I have not shared, but you have shared with others.
There are many teachers here, you the greatest among them. And I was just speaking with Master Gauri here about the future.
I fear your student has become misguided, Ethan Knorr. I found this in his possession, and I'm going to put the communicator for Giza in his hands.
So you're trying to You're trying to basically frame Abessa for the conversation you just had with Giza?
Yeah, I think so.
What is the reaction from Abessa to this betrayal?
I think so. It's definitely a shock, because she knew Giza was a Sith before, and being accused of this, I think it's astounding. You know, it's dumbfounding for her. Yeah.
And Ethan Nor reaches out with his left hand and he takes the hall and he sees. Explain yourself, Padawan.
No, that's not mine. I don't know. I just saw it. It's not mine.
Mr. Gurwi, what did you witness?
Abessa has been speaking to a Sith named Giza.
And there's
this
a
might
moment.
be inner conflict for me, though. I'm not sure.
I like that Joe can't even type out wow. There's so much shock going on. Awesome. If you think, I think there's a disturbance in the force as you hand out that lie. Do you hold to it? Or does this cause you to flee? Do you try to extricate yourself? Is it too much?
Oh, well, I'm trying to figure out which entanglement this would be. It's almost both of them. I guess it doesn't really matter which one, but
your entanglements have entangled with each other.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm handing him this communication device to Giza, knowing that if he tries to talk to Giza, Giza's going to burn this one. Like it's no big deal on that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I am worried because I love Ethan Nor, and I don't want this to corrupt him. So
so I have a suggestion.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
about if you,
I'm open to anything.
Like you hand it over to Ethan Nor, but what if you crush it as you do? Because you don't want him to be involved. You don't want him to
Right.
Or do something to make sure it's disabled or something like that.
Okay. So if this is successful, I'm able to do that. I'm able to crush this communication. Otherwise, it's going to get even more complicated. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Nice. Good suggestion, Stephen. Thank you.
And I think this is definitely
anything with your style element.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for the inner conflict earlier, don't forget to mark XP if you hadn't already.
Another thing that would be good is if it could replay Giza giving the message, but it doesn't really say Gauri's name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's something about killing Kalisa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is. I mean, really, this should be Beskar, but it's marked. And I can't use Kyber because that's my style, which would be creativity. So I think this has to be flexibility, which is a 0. Here we go. Reroll the 2 blue.
Bad dice. I mean, good dice. What? It doesn't matter. It's all good.
That's an 8. And I am actually going to use my prodigy move and try and push this. I get to reroll 1 extra die if I don't like the results. And if this is still a 7 to 9, then it causes even more problems. Hooray! Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, I think what's the...
Oh, there are your dice. I was like, it was a theater of the mind for me because your dice are lower. I know. I take you at your word, but I wouldn't.
Okay, yeah. 7 to 9 offer a complication or a hard choice. And then also there's an additional problematic fallout from this.
All right, so here is the I think you realize that he's going to see this. That Galen, not Galen, sorry, Rich's Ethan is going to see that. He's going to see enough of that message to know that there is a plot. That there is a plot to kill Kalisa. And the choice you have is, do you let Abessa fall for this, which will bring shame on Ethan and force him to a very unwelcome decision? Or do you take the blame for it? Because there are only two of you in the library right now. No others could have seen this. And he presses the button and it plays. He's saying, you must kill Kalisa. And if you hesitate, I'll be forced to kill you, my student.
Sorry, Abessa, I'm going to let you take the fall for this one.
Yeah. I'm like, no, that's not right. It's not me. It's not mine. He's not telling the truth.
I am so ashamed. He just crushes it in his hand, drops it to the ground, and you know, Gerwie, like what he's just done, there's no proof. And he turns and he starts to walk away. What do you do, Abessa?
I think I plead with him as he leaves to see what his reaction, if he's willing to listen.
Okay, cool. So you chase after him,
Mm-hmm.
hoping to convince him that Gerwie is a dirty, dirty liar.
It's not me. You know that Kalisa's my friend. It can't be. I'm not trying to kill her.
Giza. Of course it would be Giza. I think you are trying to use hearts and minds to try to reach out to him.
Okay. And that would, from failing the inner conflict, should I mark coaxium?
You should.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So let's see. So hearts and minds, I think I'm going to do this with carbonite. Curiosity.
I dig
Definitely
it.
growth.
Yeah. Okay. And we roll that. So that is a 8.
On a 7 to 9, they can bow to your words and do what you want. Reveal themselves, overreact, hesitate, or alienate.
You're definitely, I think, going for alienate, right? You're trying
I
to
think so too.
trying to create some animosity between Ethan and Gurui.
I think, if you don't mind, how about if we amp up the animosity between Ethan and Giza?
Oh, that's
Ooh.
already pretty huge. So that
Right, but I
seems
mean, I
appropriate.
think
yeah.
non-Jedi anger, like it was, she's a threat before. Now there's jealousy and anger in there. Where is she trying to train my apprentice? Is she trying to take this from me? Yeah.
He turns and he points. He points at you, which is like a thing.
And she cowers a little bit from that.
You will deliver Giza to me. I will not allow my former student to steal my current one. You will deliver her to me, And I will make sure that you follow the right path. That is your task, Abessadara.
Yes, my master.
And he stalks away. Yeah, Bessa's getting a lot of stuff thrown on her. What does Gerway do once they kind of stalk
Rui
off?
is gone.
Ooh, good call. Sweet. So Gerway is gone, but of course Gerway like stayed just enough. He's out of sight, but he overheard some of this, right? He knows that. Yeah. So maybe it's one of those like he's up on a higher level and listening in kind of thing. We see Gerway knows what's happened here. He set Abessa directly towards the path of his own master. Sweet. We cut back to Garland and Kalisa in their double duel that is taking place in 1313. So they are both on your scale, friends. So if the foe is your scale, you roll with your style element because you're in a duel. On a 10 plus, you win the conflict and may mark XP if you show mercy or let them escape. You may declare a shift in the fiction, a change of heart, and press someone, shift an entanglement. On a 7 to 9, you choose to either win at a cost, narrate your loss, or a deadlock. Those are the options. Then on a miss, stuff happens. So let's see who should go first in this. I think Kalisa and Galen has less heat on it than I'm sorry, Kalisa and Galen. It's the same PCs. What the hell am I saying? No, it's Garland. Yes, it is Kalisa and Galen. Oh, cheese and crackers. They're screaming in the writer's room right now. As one writer's like, "Why did you introduce? Why couldn't we renamed him?" So, Kalisa and Galen have a little less heat to it than Koth and Garland. So I will have Kalisa go first. You have Galen there. He's near the lift. You're trying to make your way towards. He seems like he's going to defend you. He's going to be using twin pistols and his incredible dexterity and his amazing swimmer's bod. So,
all right. Trying to think what I want to do here, or if it's just roll the duel.
Oh, we'll do the talk after dice because I definitely want to see some narration. I want to see how this goes.
I know, but I'm trying to think my approach.
Yeah, no, I get you.
We don't have to do this. I'm perfectly fine with you accompanying me to the meeting, and you can have your blasters at the ready. I don't plan on threatening your sister. I just want to negotiate with her.
Gosh, man, that's so logical. It turns out that the writer's room wants a fight.
Okay. And that's what he's like, cocks his blasters.
Galen, he cocks his blasters totally. Click. Why do these blasters even have
slug throwers? I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, man, he's antiquated. It turns out that Galen likes these like long silver slug throwers because they just look amazing. So there's a good deal on it, and when we found them in the prop room, so here we go.
All right, so I guess I'll roll dice. So it's style element, right?
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out a way to narrate it, so I'm just doing one of my other moves, but I can't think of it. My style is force, so +1. Submit. There is an 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 9.
It's a 9 total.
Okay. So you can win
at
a
cost.
Bond. Narrate your. Ooh, do you burn a bond? And a 9, you can just push it right up.
What's the 7 to 9 result versus?
So on a 10 plus, the foe's your scale. You win the conflict and may mark XP if you show mercy or let them escape. You can also declare a shift in the fiction, a change of heart, impressing someone, shifting an entanglement. On a 7 to 9, you must either win at a cost, narrate your loss.
I'm gonna burn that bond. I'm at a 9. There's no reason not to,
I mean, that's why it's there. So yeah, okay. So on a 10 plus, you win the conflict. And may
Yep.
mark XP if you
So
show
let
mercy.
me narrate how this happens. So
Yeah.
I have 2 bonds with Garland, so like
You
we're
mean you have
doing
one bond with Garland?
now I have 1, but I had 2. But so like we're doing the thing, and like I'm melting the slugs with my lightsaber, but then at one point like he's about to just like turn and shoot Garland right from behind,
Ooh, yeah.
and I've got to protect them because they need protection.
Sweet. But how is it that you win the conflict?
Oh, during that's when like I disarm him, like and like like the lightsaber at the throat, but then it just like I sheathe it because I'm not here to kill him.
All right. So you show mercy, and therefore you may mark XP. That is amazing. We cut over, and of course this spliced together. Both fights, even though we're result them differently, we edit them into where they're both going on at the same time. If that makes sense. Wait, there's a weird look. Did my words not make sense?
Your words made sense.
Okay.
So
All
my
right.
weird look, I was just trying to figure out where my unmute button was.
Gotcha.
So I'm rolling with my style element again. See
Mhm.
how that goes. Oh, that goes not so well. I've got a 3. I've got a 5. So no, I do not win this duel, which is fine.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. So if the post your scale and you miss,
Yeah.
like let's just double check on a 7. Yeah, it doesn't say what happens on a miss. So it just
Hard move.
yes, it's hard move time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have an idea
Ooh,
here.
all right, throw it out there. What's your idea?
Because I mean, this is we're talking the actor is Lars Imur, right? So I think what he would like would be that Garland would get a hand chopped off or something like that, so he can have a cyber hand.
Wow. So that's amazing. For Zos. Zos is
It's not Lars not going to lose a hand.
okay, so Zos doesn't lose a hand. It's all
he has a
CG.
cyber hand already, so
Oh, snap. That's right. Sweet. So Koth and you move forward. What is Galen's style with the twin lightsabers? Is Garland
unclear
Garland's
because
very-
Galen doesn't have a style with 2 lightsabers. That's Garland.
Garland.
Yeah, Garland's Garland's style
my
with
glasses. Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's called 1,000 Butterflies for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, exactly. For some reason, my definition of his style has gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, there were 2. I had something on there and now it's not. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's probably prophetic. Anyway, what his style is, as I said, it's not a traditional style. He's combined elements from a lot of other styles because he's an outsider and he doesn't do things the way other people will do things. So he's mostly just what he does is occasionally he has this cloak and he uses that to usually some advantage. But in this case, maybe it's kind of the thing where, well, you don't wear capes and maybe you don't wear cloaks because somebody can grab that cloak.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, so I think he's just jumping around and trying to use the cloak to confuse the Sith. And maybe that worked at the beginning, but then there was this shot and he gets distracted because he has to protect Kalisa, but she's in a duel and he is not 100% on the level with this Sith who's well, and then he jumps around and then suddenly the Sith has this cloak and he lifts this one arm with a lightsaber and suddenly that is gone, which is really nice to do if this guy has a cyber hand already because you can just cut that off. You can just play around with prosthesis, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes. So he coughs and he slices off your hand. You fall to the ground, holding it out.
I will mark wounded though, because I think for Garland, from Garland's point of view, he's wounded. Oh.
Yeah, that seems appropriate. So yeah, and of course we have like a little bit of makeup, blood to show that it's blood. This is not, we popped off the cyber hand.
Star Wars. no blood, and also lightsaber wounds are always cauterized.
Okay, except no, there was totally blood for the Aqualish, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you're right. It should be cauterized. It was just for some reason when Obi-Wan cut off the Aqualish's arm, there was blood, but you're right. It should be cauterized. So yeah, it's just a thing where we see the empty hole where the hand was. I think Joe's saying stuff, but we can't hear him.
It is a TV show, so there could be blood.
Could be, but it's I'm good with the cauterization, and we have lots of sound effects of
Let's have a
wow, this is
cauterization. I
like
don't have
pain.
to-
And yeah, it's good. This is a writer's room thing. They worked it out, and so there was cauterized. You get to determine that. So, Koth then kicks you to the ground as if you're yesterday's news, and then he turns to look at you, Kalisa, and he says, "Let him go."
I heard he did.
Next. Galen like ducks. He's gonna try to head for the lift to get out of the way of this fight. Do you let him?
Yeah.
He's under your control. So
Yeah. I let them. Yeah. Remember, I showed. Oh, yeah. I showed mercy. So yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I've got. Yeah. I have to defend Garland,
Okay.
and so I shall roll lockdown
Ooh, what is lockdown?
when you defend someone or something. Roll.
Okay.
I will use speed and passion to defend Garland because you're just so precious. You can be muted and like banter back. I'm like, Garland, what has the Jedi Temple been training you? As like I rush in to like drop kick this guy out of here. Hopefully, we'll see. Submit. Oof, not good.
Also, what I wanted to say is I would have tried to help. I mean, I've got -2 on the roll, but I still can do it, right?
I believe so.
Sure.
Like hearts and minds, right? Lets you help.
No, to assist or clear harm from fellow
That's
PC.
Comfort and support is right.
Yeah.
That's comfort and support. Yeah.
that's-
I think it is. Yeah.
Assist.
all these names
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah. Okay, I will then attempt to roll with my. I think in this point case.
You could get
I
all
will
these
use-
things marked up again.
Yeah, I'm going also. Yeah, well, that's that seems fair. I think I'll use maybe. Yeah, I think it's got to be Kyber. Sorry, probably won't make the roll, but hell, I'll try. Oh no, it's a 6, so no.
Yep.
No, I'll mark Kyber.
No help. You're no help
No.
this time. Mark
No,
that.
I
Mark
try,
it.
but
Could you burn a Poland?
no, it wouldn't
Okay.
help because I'm at -2,
Oof.
and I've got a 6 and -2. That's a
4.
4. Right. Yeah. See, I can do calculations even when I want. No, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I got a 5 total. So.
Nasty. Okay.
So on a miss, they or someone else suffers worse for my efforts.
Ooh. Dang. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give you the wounded. No, someone else suffers for your efforts.
Yep.
Got to fulfill that.
Yeah, the
move.
person I'm defending or someone else suffers worse for my efforts.
Mm.
So I could be the someone else. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. They're already wounded, right, Garland?
Right. What happens when you get a second wounded, Sabine? Is it death?
I think
or-
I might
You have to
just
mark
die,
a different element, right?
or I have to mark a different element. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
do that as well. I still have elements unmarked, I believe. Yeah, I do.
Because like it says, whenever you mark harm, you mark an element.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That seems-
Instead, you can choose to mark wounded.
Wounded
Oh,
instead. Got you.
yeah.
Gotcha. Sweet. So here's the choice. Either one of you may mark your style element as a result of this miss.
Ooh,
I will mark my first box of wounded.
Ooh, you'll do that instead. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So there
Which-
is.
I do not have the -2 ongoing though.
That's right, because you have 2
Because I'm a
wounded.
lightsaber master.
That's
I'm
right,
just
good
bloodied
call.
and cut, or cauterized and cauterized.
Well, he's probably like flailing, kicks around, and all
All
kinds
right,
of.
yeah. I got some blood trickling from my mouth.
Yes, we need that. And
Hair's whipping wildly in the wind, even though we're inside.
yeah, and we cut away from this big fight as he's now, fortunately, you're wounded. Garland is wounded. Galen is gone. We'll probably never see him again. If we do, he's going to be called Mr. Fookpaw. And we cut to him arriving at the top of the lift. He goes, well, Holly, we got to go now. And we see the speeder pulling up to the balcony, and the two of them are like leaping off the balcony onto the speeder and speeding away.
Just want to have the easiest negotiation.
I know. That thing's
Just like,
easy.
Do your drugs. I don't care.
Next time, go do your drugs. I don't care. Rather than I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. Also,
said I wanted to negotiate.
Writer's room. What's a fight? So the I think at this point, Koth just walks away. Like he gets a quick calm. We're good. And
Oh no, I will not let him walk away.
But he won the
I'm
duel.
not down for the count.
Yeah, but yeah, you are. You lost the duel.
You lost the duel.
No, I didn't. We didn't duel. I rolled a different move.
All right,
All right.
true.
Oh, now you want to duel him because you guys, he's on your scale.
Yeah, like I didn't duel him. So
Sweet. So you tried to defend Garland,
and like
missed it, took a wound, and now he's like going to walk away. And what is it that Khaleesi says to like?
oh, like I could do this all day. I get up Captain America style. So is Garland like down and out for the count?
No, he's not. He's still struggling.
No.
And if you are not down and out, then he will try to aid and comfort and support you.
Well, I wanted to
try
know if
help.
it wanted to do like the Phantom Menace, the 2-on-1 type thing.
Oh man!
Like you still have one good hand, right?
Yeah, exactly. I do.
Is that a
think
writer's
that
room?
would-
Are they okay with this scene?
They're okay with it. They do think that when you lose a hand, you should probably be in a great deal of pain for a little bit. But I'm
Yeah,
willing to.
you can totally see that Garland is in a great deal of pain, and he's trying to assist. That's what he did before. He'll do it now, but he'll do it with his style element now. So, dice, you hear me? Be nice.
So I guess that's the
Yeah.
question.
They
Mhm.
are. I've got a 7.
Oh,
So,
all right, you already rolled. Okay.
oh yeah.
I was
yeah,
going to ask,
sorry.
like, if we're both on the same scale and two of us are fighting one person, does the scale change?
You know, yes, I think that the two of you working together would cause
Okay.
this foe to be a lesser scale.
Okay.
Then you will win the conflict.
Yeah.
Describe your awesomeness. On a 10 plus, mark XP if you show mercy or let them escape. On a 7 to 9, you might either let them go or finish them with a cost now or in the future. On a fail, you win, but mark an element. That's interesting. On a fail, but you're not rolling. On a hit. So
Like, yeah, you still roll.
so you are rolling.
still
Okay, roll
roll.
plus stone.
You still roll.
For
It's
some
just
reason, I
like,
thought you just
all right. And you
Yep,
got
7
with the -2?
with the -2 for Garland.
I've got a 7. Yeah, I've rolled with my style element, so I've got plus
So
2
the two
minus
cancel
2,
each
so
other out.
7.
Gotcha.
All right, cool.
Sweet. So with
yeah,
a
I don't-
7 to 9, you have a choice. I think you guys
Um,
can work together on this answer, right?
I mean, I can have this. I can create the bond, and I think I can. Or I think the way LOL does it is actually that you roll, and then the other person rolls, and afterwards, after that roll has happened, you decide if they get +1 or if you take a bond.
Okay. I thought you were I thought that when you just rolled, you were rolling the duel. Were you
No,
rolling?
I was rolling comfort and support. I
Okay.
wanted to assist.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wasn't rolling the duel. You rolled the duel.
Okay. That
I mean,
makes sense.
I'm pretty badly hurt, so the onus falls on you, even though I'm struggling, and I have to protect you.
Okay.
I
got you.
promised.
I'm caught up with you. I really misread that. I apologize.
Sorry.
Same. So,
Okay.
all right.
Sorry,
So
I
you
was
got the
unclear.
dealing with your 7 or 9. On a hit, they may accept your words. They can clear a check or gain a bond with you. So I'll gain the bond with you. Okay, that's what you mean.
Exactly. And you can then burn the bond or
Right.
or just keep it.
Keep it. We'll
Okay.
see what my so my style element is force because I'm dueling with him. And I believe that's all, right? Yep.
Correct.
It's not dealing with the troops or impressing, so
Nope, is dealing with a foe of lesser scale because the two of you are working against him.
delete selected.
Probably a good call.
Submit. 4
Oh,
plus 1 is a 5. I got 2 bonds though, so
you want to burn them? Burn them
Yeah.
both?
yeah, I
Go
do.
ahead.
Okay.
Burn them.
All right. On a hit, you win the conflict. Describe your awesomeness. And on a 7 tonight, you may let them go or finish them with a cost now or in the future.
So I will let them go. Like
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
What does the fight look like? Like you say, oh, we're not done yet as he was getting ready to leave.
So like I do one of the things where like I'm all about disarming and like I knock his like double-bladed lightsaber. Well, I'll do the classic thing where I cut it through the middle.
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And like, he's without it. I'm like, go. Like I have no desire to finish you. Like you work for them. I don't fault the employee of the employer's choices.
Okay.
Just no more protection rackets. Stick to your drug trade. That's fine.
So stay away from the cantina is effectively what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like you're not a protection racket, and you can if people want to get involved in drugs, that's their choice.
Okay. He will take off. His double-bladed lightsaber ruined,
I'll take
anger
half of
in
it.
his eyes.
Can I
And,
take one of the halves?
Sure.
Yeah.
It seems cool.
It's like
It's
my
nice.
style, right?
Yeah.
Trophy.
It's just like that Robo guy with the heart, the mortal heart. You're just like that guy.
Grievous?
Yeah.
That's totally what I'm saying.
He was collecting lightsabers.
Yep. I mean, that's where these two are from other people anyway. So.
Exactly. Cool. So then, after they take off Garland, you see that Khaleesi's defeated Koth, and
Well, I
like
helped
them to-
her doing that, so
Yeah.
You see that the two of you have defeated Koth together.
yeah, I'll sit down.
Yeah, I gotta like quick because heat of the battle, emotion. I'm like, I rush to see your cauterized hand. I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? Like ripping off a thing to
Not
bandage you up.
Quite really? No, I don't think so. I will first grab my other lightsaber before she can get it. I mean, I like her. I want to protect her, but I don't want her to have my second lightsaber. Even if, well,
I didn't defeat you, so.
yeah, it's true. I'm not thinking clearly.
But yeah, like I'm quickly like bandage. I'm comforter supporting. That's what I'm angling for.
Please.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Because like you are actually hurt, so.
Yeah, so are you.
I mean, it's just a flesh wound. I'm like just putting on the show. I'm okay. It's it stings, but like you lost an arm, a hand. So
a hand. It's just a hand. Maybe I'll get a cyber hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with passion because I care so much.
Oh, neat.
And I'm a Zeltron, so like everything I do is passionate. There's a 10.
Oh, I feel an inner conflict coming here my way because I like Abessa, but now Khaleesi is so nice, and she's also, I mean, these pheromones they might be getting to Garland, right? Yep. So I will totally go and roll for inner conflict because I mean I got some elements unmarked here.
Like you gotta watch. Oh, and to really add to your inner conflict, I'm like, you've got to like watch your 6. Like there was multiple times I had to like save you.
Yeah, well, I'm
like I know you're great, but
yeah, well, this guy needed to be both of us, I feel. But I've learned something, I guess. I roll with I think I roll with focus here because I need to focus on Abessa and what I feel for her. Oh wow, it's a 10. No, it's an 8 because I'm wounded. I'm still wounded.
Oh man, that wounded is killing you. I love it.
Yeah,
but technically, couldn't you have cleared it from my comfort or support?
True, that's true. I could have. Yeah. How did your roll go?
I got a 10+.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Then I've cleared it, and then I ace my whole inner conflict thingy, because well, I know that I shouldn't let my feelings get in the way, and I have to spare it. I have to figure out what to do about the whole thing, but maybe this is not the time or place, and maybe I should have really replaced my hand before I make any life-changing decisions here. But I will smile at Kalisa, and I will tell her that she really has you have the touch of a healer, my dear. That is surprising.
And since I got a 10+, I got an option myself for the comfort of support. Now, there's two easy ones, but I want to do the question that you must answer. Why did you follow me down here?
Well, first was just a promise that I gave someone to look after you, but I feel that it's more than that. I mean, you're somebody who's worthy of support. I might not agree with all your decisions, but I think you're seeing something that we Jedi usually overlook, and I admire that.
Oh, I think I need to roll inner conflict now.
Go for it.
All right. Delete. I hate having to constantly delete dice, but it's the best way to work. How do I want to roll with this? Awareness, patience. I guess Beskar makes sense. I'm trying to control myself.
Makes sense. Okay.
So, all right, -1, baby. All right. No, still a 7 or 8. 7 or 9.
Okay, you must either flee the scene or mark an element.
Yeah, no, I'm a mark an element. Because I don't want to flee that scene. Because like all these words, all these feelings, I think like I want to lean in to like go for a kiss.
Sweet. Don't forget to mark the XP for inner conflict. Does the possibility of a kiss cause Garland to seek that inner conflict?
Already rolled that. I feel like I shouldn't milk the inner conflict thing twice. The same thing for one scene. I don't know.
All right,
but
cool.
I think
Escalate,
since I've aced my inner conflict before, I think sure. I mean, it's a kiss, right? It's just a kiss.
The music swells, and
So much
Kalisa, the Zeltron leans in to kiss Garland, and
I mean, she has all these pheromones.
right, we can blame the pheromones. They're more powerful than your dedication to the Force. I mean, that's
my dedication to the Force is not questions by me kissing Kalisa. It would be if my emotions for Kalisa overruled my good judgment,
exactly.
But that's not.
Council
I mean,
this
is the perfect moment to kiss Khaleesi because I mean we're in the stronghold of some cartel goons, and I've just lost my hand, and the Sith is somewhere around. What better moment could there be to kiss a beautiful woman?
I think we have to end the scene right there, right? Yeah, cool. And in fact, we're at our halfway point, so let's go ahead and do a bio break. It is 28 after. Just take 7-8 minutes, and we'll see you guys then.
Hey, Beaker. Hi.
He came up and wanted to be petted for a little bit, and now he can see out the window. So of course he thinks there must be something super interesting and possibly threatening. Do you wanna go over there, buddy?
I met a tiny little 3-month-old dog yesterday, and she was very cute and very, very nice and interested. She just wanted to play and
There
bite.
you go. Nope. Nope, I'm done with that. Let me off the desk. All right. Good boy. What? I loved on you. What? So greedy. So greedy. All right. Good. So I have ideas for scenes, but I also love to hear when people have ideas for scenes. So I think
I have an idea.
yeah.
My idea is, we went to commercial break, and there was this kiss, which was probably unexpected by the audience. We come back from break, the two of them part, they look in each other's eyes, and that's whenever a chirp happens on Kalissa's communicator, and it's Abessa calling.
Nice. I like it.
Kalissa?
Yep. Sorry, I was writing something down.
Yeah. So this is the two of you parted. There's a little bit of a look like, but before you can say anything, your communicator chirps, and it's Abessa, and she's like,
"Oh no!"
Yeah,
I got to roll inner conflict again.
Kalissa?
Abessa.
Oh, thank the Force, you're okay.
What? Why? You were worrying about me?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely.
I know that there's a plot, and we have to talk about this further in order to make sure that your safety and, in fact, the safety of the entire order is maintained. Can you meet me at some location?
Let me roll inner conflict, because I cannot choose between you and maybe Garland now. I don't.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
As like I'm looking at you, and maybe, well, we'll see how the dice roll. What do I see? I gotta focus. Gotta focus. So I'm going with coaxium. Submit. There's a 5 on the dice. +1 is a 6. So, wait, do I have a bond? No, I don't have any bonds, I don't think. Nope, no bonds, baby.
Okay. So this is taking place after the kiss, so it's in the
lobby.
Foyer's in the lobby of this apartment complex. How do I make things much worse?
One idea that in addition to any other ideas you might have.
Sure.
Garland can totally tell, like, see it just in my face and like the tone of voice, like how I feel about Abessa, but I'm also looking at Garland.
Oh no. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
Even with the Force, like emotions are turbulent within me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel my emotions will now start to turbulate as well, because I was cool with the whole, okay, I have to deal with Kalissa and the Bessa situation. But the knowledge that you feel the same for her as I do, that changes things really Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't
I'll
even know
go.
that.
Yeah, I'll go for inner conflict. I think I'll take coaxium as well. Let's see how that goes. That goes well. Yeah, it's a 7, and I'm going to mark coaxium. I don't want to flee the scene. I don't right now. I'm just keeping it together. Barely, barely. And it distrains me.
What
But
emotional notes do we see from Garland? Is it jealousy? Is it a bit of hurt?
it's just mostly confusion, I guess. It's like, okay, now she's feeling this, I'm feeling that. I need to parse this, but there is no time. The order is in danger. We have to prioritize this. We cannot let our attachments and our emotions dictate how we behave now. And I will say and what comes through though, Abessa, you've known Garland as the Sentinel, right? Who was very proper and very stiff, like the Sentinels are. But Garland isn't usually like that. He was pretending, and now he's letting go of that pretense, and he's so you will know that something at least is wrong here with him being a Sentinel, and he will say, "Don't worry, Abessa, we've got it. We will come and help you."
And I think that, so basically, you see Abessa and she's kind of holding the little holo projector thing and talking to Kalisa. And then her friend, the Sentinel, kind of steps into frame next to Kalisa. And, she's kind of, what? And, oh, but she's acting differently. And, you see this look of confusion cross Abessa's face. Like, oh, okay. And then I think she says, just stay safe and get here as soon as you can. And I think this is, how about we meet in like my quarters? Yeah.
So we do a quick screen wipe, and Garland.
Does Abessa need to roll inner conflict?
Just
the way you narrated it sounded like.
I can. What do you? I think it's confusion as to
Okay.
as a result of Garland's change in
Okay.
behavior. Yeah.
I got you.
So I think we see the screen wipe, and Abessa's in her quarters, and she's trying to, get prepared. And I think we see this blue shimmer as Jaffin Ravik, the Force Ghost, comes into play.
Nice. Sweet. So the three of you are there. Garland, have you been affixed with your cyber hand? And is it one of those like Gen 1 versions that look super robotic, or you still have the sleeve over it?
I think what will happen, continuity, right? Who cares? It's Star Wars. So he will already have a cyber hand, but there won't be any kind of sleeve or glove on it. So you can't really see that this is a cyber hand.
Nice. I like it.
And it looks very strange because, this is not the usual kind of cyber hand. This has a lot of weird electronics and tech affixed to it. It looks strange, but it's the cyber hand, so it's clearly not natural.
Sweet. Now, Abessa's quarters as a Padawan, I imagine, are not opulent or spacious in any way. Do they even have a view of the outside, or are they almost like a cell?
They're almost like a cell. I think there's basically a basic bed, and there's like an armoire against the side. They're very Spartan, as is intentional. And I think this is why Abessa suggested we meet here, is because we won't be observed, and it's less likely that anyone would come across us.
Except for a Force Ghost that just showed up. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. So we see the blue glow cut across everyone's faces as, do you say Jaffin or Yaffin?
Oh, Jaffin.
Jaffin Ravik?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Jaffin Ravik appears. Now, is this a sudden appearance, or was this a thing where Abessa had called to him in hopes of being part of this conversation?
So I think he appears, as we see in the movies, the Force Ghosts appear during a time of need on their own whim. so she didn't call to him, but he's come to her in times of need before. And she says, I see that, there's many things afoot right now, Joffin. And right now, I have to put things together and gather people to see about battling the Sith. The Sith have become a foe and have made themselves known.
Made themselves known. But you must worry about the enemies within.
I know. I just thought that Gowry's constant jabbing at me was to get back at Ethan Nor, but it turns out that Gowry is taking orders from the Sith, and I think that they're trying to recruit him. I mean, I never would have suspected that one of our own would become so disillusioned.
Yes. Very risky.
So how about if I take the role of the Rise of the Old Masters and see how that turns out?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
And then we can, yeah. So that is roll. I tell them a problem that I face and roll. I'm going to roll with probably carbonite. Yeah. So let me submit. Oh, I rolled snake eyes.
On a miss, they don't have time for you because of shocking events. Mark an element. He says, you must be warned. There are enemies within. There are Jedi who fail the order because of their emotions. And then he looks to Garland, looks over to Khaleesi, and even those among us who think they are better than the Jedi. You must get your house in order, even though you are a Padawan. You must lead them to the truth. They will never have the chance to even fall to the Sith. With that, he starts to fade.
And I think Abessa, as he goes away, looks at the other two and is like, what did that mean? That's... Sometimes the Force isn't clear in the direction that they want us to take. And I think I turn to the two of you and I explain what's going on. Basically, I say, one among us has been communicating with one I've come to know as the Sith. And Gisa, I heard this Sith Gisa tell Gowry to kill you, Kalisa.
I gotta roll your conflict again.
And Gowry's like, wait, Gisa's a Sith? I didn't know that.
That can't possibly. I'm gonna get passionate. I'm like, there's no way I would know if Giza was a Sith.
My master, Ethan Nor, had told me that she is a Sith. What'd you roll?
I got let's see, 5 on the dice, but +2 from Kyber, so 7 or 9. So what style? I don't want to run away because it's fun to mark elements. So what's that? I'm going to mark no, I'm angry, so carbonite. Like there's no Giza is just a very skilled Force user. She's in like I'm just getting angry and flip. There's no way she would kill me. The plot to kill me. This is Bessa. I put a lot of faith in you. I care what you have to say, but this can't possibly be true. I did.
Here's what I can tell you, and you can speak to Ethan Knorr yourself if you must. But I came in and saw Giza telling Gowry to kill you, and then whenever Ethan Knorr came in, Gowry lied and said that I was the one talking to Giza. And then Ethan said, that I must take out this Sith.
Maybe it's not Giza, maybe it's Gorwy who tries to drive a wedge between Force users. I mean, we just met a Sith. I didn't know one of them was in Coruscant. I wasn't in Coruscant for a long time, but
You met a Sith?
yeah.
And it wasn't Giza?
Do we
It
know
was
that
not-
he was a Sith? Or is
I
it
mean,
just...
he was very Sithy. He had a red lightsaber and all. I mean, I assume he was not. I think he was a Sith.
You could tell he drew on the dark side of the Force.
Yes, he did. Definitely did that.
So Abessa says that out loud. You could
Khalees
tell
is
that he
like-
drew on the dark side.
And Khalees is like, I don't know about that. I mean, he was a skilled fighter. We both needed to team up to defeat him. And I took half his lightsaber.
Oh, good. So you defeated him. That's good news. So at least we don't have two
Well,
Sith wandering around.
Well, I
he's
let
still
him
running
go.
around. He's still running around, and we might have 3 by every count of the. I mean, if Gorwy is leaning that way, and I don't know about Giza, Ethan, nor is a bit of a stick in the mud, but he has a good instincts.
Gory's path may not be chosen yet. Gory told me before Ethan arrived that he was trying to deal with the future that he had seen, which was an empty void. And he was trying to do the right thing by maybe
killing Kalisa.
Maybe doing bad things to reach, that the ends justify the means justify the end.
That is not the Jedi way.
Gory, and I'll put my one saber on the table between us. Gory was rather focused on this blade of mine. Who I believe he brought up the former owner's name, who I'm looking up right now. It was Calla Stygians, right? And yeah. So maybe he's Khalees' like emotions are very turbulent right now.
I believe if you feel you must talk to Gowry, we can do so. But I think our focus should be on the major risk. If I may be so bold as to suggest an action, I think that Giza might be manipulating Gowry. And if we, anyone who interacts with Giza might be manipulated. And if we talk to Gowry first, I'm not certain that they will be free of her influence.
I've met Gowry before. I will not talk about this now because that is between me and him. But it was not a pleasant meeting.
So all Pajak? Is that the name of the game? All Pajak cards on the Pazak cards on the table?
Sabak?
Sabak?
Is it
Sabak.
okay? All
Sabak is
Sabak cards. All Sabak cards on the table. I do have a relationship with Giza, so that's why I'm struggling to deal with this.
Well,
that makes everything even more complicated. How nice.
Is there a reason why she would want you killed?
I do not know.
My master was very worried about you, Kalisa. I don't know why.
Blush. Well, this is not used to this from people so high up in the council.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know what he meant. He's not a very forthcoming person.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Reminds me of some other council members I know.
Yeah, well, most Jedi aren't. If we are putting the Sabak cards on the table, Bessa, I am not a sentinel.
But
technically.
But you
speaking.
look, but you've been my friend, and you.
Yeah, but I just look. Truth to be told, I was seeing the potential in you, and I wanted to observe that. And I'm lying through my teeth here, but hey, maybe Kalisa. I think Kalisa will notice that this is probably not the entire truth.
I'm not gonna blow up your spot, but like looking at Abessa, and you did the gasp thing. I'm like, I can see Abessa that you're dealing with a lot, and I'm very thankful that you contacted us. But I will stand by whatever you think we should do. I'm here for you. I care deeply about both of you. So I'm gonna try to comfort and support you.
Oh,
Ooh, neat.
okay.
What a
I was like,
turnabout!
We all have a lot of stuff, Mark. So I'm like, yeah, that was always a good time to comfort and support.
Always a good time. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm going with passion because I love. It's my go-to for comforting. Let's see. Submit to. There's a 6, so it's an 8 total.
Okay.
And
That
I do
means
have.
I can uncheck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or gain a bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will say earlier I got my 8th XP and I took the Vision of Hope move. So I just have like a lavish wardrobe. I'd look amazing. I guess I have to make up an NPC at some point, but like that's later time deal.
Sure.
I will jump on the bandwagon here because I'll say what Kalisa says goes for me as well. I think you have a great future ahead of you, Abessa. You are one of our best and brightest. And I will stand by your side. And then I'll turn to Kalisa because, well, and by yours as well.
And I think that Abessa is going to, with all of these revelations, just sit, kind of flop down on the bed. And I'm going to roll inner conflict and see what happens here. Because I realized everyone here has lied to Abessa. Everyone. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So let's see what that looks like.
Your whole
And
world's topsy-turvy.
I'm going to roll with, what should that be? Probably carbonite for curiosity. And that's a 5 plus 1 is 6. So that's not good.
You could burn a bond if you want.
Oh, yes. Let's do that.
Because I'm right there.
Yeah, I'm going to burn a bond with Kalisa to make that a 7. Good call. Thank you.
Do you want to mark an element? So you burn a bond and mark an element to avoid a miss?
Or run away.
Or run away.
I think I kind of want to run away.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not, that seems the best.
You can throw the both of us out as well.
I like the better idea that Abessa
cool.
leaves and rushes off and leaves the two of you awkwardly there in her quarters again. Yeah.
And then that like romantic music just plays in just a little subtle note or tone. Sweet. Did we want? Is there a follow on with or do we hang in that room with Kalisa and Garland, or do you guys feel like the scene is?
I would like to have a flashback with Garvey to figure out what the problem here was, because I feel that would be interesting, and that's something that Garland doesn't like to talk about. So, what do you think?
I have a feeling I know what it is now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh.
So it's not revenge like you did something. It's that you're going to do something.
Oh, okay.
It's prevenge.
Yes, it's part of the Blue Alderaan cult that Gurui believes that something Garland is going to do will cause the destruction of Alderaan in the future, in some sort of butterfly effect, 1,000 butterflies, some sort of butterfly effect that you're going to So you want to, as a flashback, and I'm into this.
I mean, we could just say, okay, these two know each other clearly. They're both not very traditional members of the Jedi Order here.
I think Gurui was a very traditional Jedi at one point.
And then he met Garland.
Yeah. Can we do like a flashback duel?
Oh yeah.
Hey, PC duel.
Yeah, PC duel.
Absolutely. We can.
So
cool. When you challenge another PC, so who's doing the challenging here?
Oh, I think Gurui. I don't think Garland's even aware why.
So we're flashing back to what? To Gurui challenging Garland. Is Garland even a Padawan at this point? I assume so.
Yeah, I think he's been a Jedi for a bit now. That's not. He's not being. He's maybe if
we gotta have the same actor, right? So
yeah, right, exactly. We have the same actor, and I mean we can't see him anyways really well, but he's got his two lightsabers, and he is. I don't know. He's probably doing some of his outsider stuff somewhere on the Outer Rim. And he has maybe just kind of overthrown a local government that he didn't like, because why not? Yeah, I mean, that's yeah, you know, that maybe wasn't a good move, maybe, but he did that because, as I said, why not? And they were pretty bad, and he wanted some sort of democracy or something, so he went on and disguised himself as some kind of member of the elite guard, and then suddenly things started to go really wrong, and then that's I think that's the situation. This government, or this king, has just fallen, and he's feeling pretty good about himself.
Okay, so we're on another planet of some kind. It's we're going for a completely different color scape. Maybe it's I don't know, like a jungle world of some kind. Maybe it's Kashyyyk, but we don't know. And Gurui, you arrive. Oh yeah, well let's like ride the whole like Ewok-y, Wookiee kind of thing. So there's like, you know, tree houses and stuff and these long bridges and the like. And Gurui, you show up to challenge Garland after what he's done, but really because of what Garland will do. Maybe we don't want to tell him.
Yeah, so I arrive in my Jedi Starfighter, which is extra long in the foot area because I'm a Wookiee. And I seek out Garland, and it's this confrontation, and it's ostensibly it's for, you know, overthrowing this government. That was not in the Jedi way. It was not what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay.
You have disturbed the balance, Garland.
Yeah, but I've tipped the scales in the right direction. So what's the problem here?
The council will not accept this.
I speak to the council. Don't make a big fuss about this. This guy was clearly, I mean, he was burning people alive. You can't say that was all right with you.
You have not seen what I have seen, Garland. You have not looked into the future. The person you have deposed had great destiny.
I believe we make our destiny ourselves.
I see you cannot be swayed.
I don't know what you want me to do here.
I have authority from the council that if you cannot be swayed, I have to convince you otherwise.
And Garland looks at you like, what are you talking about? Even, and but he stands up now because he realizes that this is serious and says, what are you going to do about this, Gorwy? I don't understand.
Will you not answer for your actions in front of the council? Must I bring you by force?
Yeah, I will, but not be being dragged there like some sort of criminal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The writer troops get very excited. They see a duel.
Yeah, and I think Guru want to see. I have foreseen you will not go quietly. Guru is just going to use his foresight as justification for everything here.
It's cool. It's very cool. And Gara will say, yeah, okay, I'm not going to come quietly. That's fine. Your foresight is right on that count because I make that choice.
And at that point, Guru ignites both of his blue lightsabers. Hold on.
Yes.
Blue!
And I ignite both of my pale blue lightsabers. I don't have the fancy, but you can imagine, right?
Totally
All right.
imagine.
PC duel.
When you challenge another PC, say what you'll give them if they accept your victory. You may offer unspent XP. Offer unspent XP is insane, bananas, bonkers. I love it. You can offer character actions, burning bonds, changing to entanglements, letting them narrate the moment, or anything in game the GM approves. You put a single offer on the table. The other player accepts, they lose the duel and mark XP. You must follow through on your offer. If the other player rejects the offer, you both mark an element. The offered player chooses to win or draw.
Okay, so I will, to let me win this fight and drag you in front of the council. Because that's the what I believe is a winning condition. What can I give you?
I can make this easier on you by saying that I probably rejected.
But it's interesting on what I offer you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
I might take it if the offer is good enough, for sure. But I'm inclined to not being dragged there because it makes for a better, for a better unsolved situation or tension between us.
Okay. What do the followers of Purgil believe in?
I don't know if he had them back then. That was his own.
Okay.
They don't believe in much. Like they're mostly
right.
believing in traveling around and having fun and adventures.
I offer you I offer you the knowledge of my love for Ethan Knorr.
Ooh.
Kind
of neat.
So that you could use it against me. If you'll let me win. As part of the fight, I will reveal my love for Ethan Knorr.
It's nice, but I think not. No. I think I don't want you to win and drag me in
It's
front
the
of
one
the Jedi
offer. It's the
Council.
one offer. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reject the offer.
Yes.
You both mark an element.
Do we mark an element even though that's a flashback? Probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't have many elements left, but who cares?
And then the offered player, which would be Garland, you choose to win or to draw, or there is a draw.
I like a draw for this. I mean, we fight a bit, and then at one point, Garland just jumps into his ship and flies away, and goes to the Jedi Council to let himself be shouted at, but he doesn't want to be dragged.
Yeah, I definitely see this fight. We start in this this hut where I find you.
Yeah.
It's a primitive kind of cantina.
Yeah. And I think I like immediately swirl my lightsabers and like cut the whole top off of it and jump up. And we probably like go treetop to treetop, and you are trying to get to your ship. And I'm trying to hunt you down and make you submit. And maybe I think as a draw, like we make some marks on each other, maybe as like a foreshadowing. I do cut your arm.
Oh, right. Cool. Very cool.
And how do you gimp Gurui temporarily enough that you're able to escape?
I think we're in the treetops, as you said, and I will just cut off the branch that you're standing on, and you fall. Nice. And I just jump away.
Oh, but just so we can like call back and everything, when the branch is cut, like it splinters, and so there's a part that like rips along Gurwi's leg. And then at some point later, we'll like flash to that scar, right? So we can see.
Neat.
I like it.
Cool. Yes.
And yeah, like the last bit of the flashback is just Gurwi falling down and the branch falling by him. But yeah, I love that. That is really cool. Nice. Good work. Good work, team. Great flashback. Let's roll forward. Got enough time for at least a couple scenes here.
Need some downtime moves or something. We're all messed up.
What's this downtime you speak of? There's no downtime
it's a move,
for Jedi.
Right? It's a move.
I mean, there is actually the whole thing where you can recover at least one of your marked elements somewhere lost in the marking elements paragraph. And it said you may, between scenes, you may narrate a montage and clear one element. This should revolve around dealing with or purging the negative aspects of that marked element. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That is our downtime. Thank you.
All right, then. I knew there was a thing.
Yeah, we can. We
can't just be relied entirely on comfort and support.
That's right. So
that may or may not work.
Garland has nothing but his style element left, but everybody has at least 2 elements marked. So should we move through a series of montage scenes here with time passing as the Jedi Order is starting to fortify itself and worry about the oncoming threat of the Sith? So what is it that Kalisa does to try to...
Yeah, I think she's going to go back to her own apartment, get introduced to new actor character of Zot-Luke.
Zot-Luke of the Star Dancers, huh?
I mean, Star Dancers Incorporated, but...
Well, now we have to take out that she's the only member there.
No, she's still the only member, because Zot-Luke is not a Jedi. She's an assistant. It's the details are vague.
Okay.
They work together, but like it's like, hey, she's like the Oracle to Batman family, but also many other things. She's whatever the writers need her to be at a given moment.
Awesome. I like the pick for it too. Very cool. Nice.
And like it's basically like I come back, like my outfit's all like ripped up and cut up and like it's basically like a recouping scene of like getting some back to spread on. No, wait, that's a tank that you have to like
No, there's back to spray.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
canon,
like,
it's fiction.
But it's like one of the like relaxation, like meditation montage things of like
a little delicate massage from your valet there, and that's
of
the
like
role
going
she
over
felt
like
the scene.
and I'm like unloading so much on her. Like, all right, first like just talking about all these amazing warriors that I'm so embroiled in, and it's just like I do not know what's going to happen.
Nice.
It's like first there was Abisa and Giza, now there's Garland, and Giza might be trying to kill me.
I mean, maybe. That's
what
great.
do you think?
Oh, what do you think? So she has to give advice, huh? She says, Cleese, I think you've involved yourself too much with the Jedi. It's not very safe for you here. There's Sith coming. And if the Sith are involved with you too, how long until they start pointing their finger at you?
But like this is the path I've chosen. Walking the middle to protect the people that are overlooked.
It's going to be a hard path, darling.
It's never going to be easy. And again, if things were easy, they wouldn't be exciting. So I'm gonna clear my additional wounded box.
Okay. All right. That seems appropriate. Where you can save other elements from being marked. Does anyone else want to frame up a scene to try to heal themselves a little bit?
Oh yes, I do. I think it's that fight on the forest planet is happening again, but for the filming purposes of the holoNET, to let it know that this is like a force vision, there's like this blue vignette kind of thing happening around.
Nice.
And Gurui is chasing down Garland again through the trees, and then Garland turns around and it's actually Kalisa. And instead of the fight ending with Garland getting away, it ends on like one of the treetop things, and Gurui and Kalisa clash, and it is then that it's the purple lightsaber is the significant one, right? That's the one I'm hunting you for?
Just
okay.
That's the one you're after.
That's the Sith one, yeah. And it like goes through me in the center, and my eye, there's a shot of my eyes going wide, and then it switches to Giza's face is right in front of me, and she's pulling away from a kiss, and she goes, "What did you see, my gifted student?"
That's great. Totally making out with your master. That's so Sithy. Oh, that's great. So is this a scene, or is that you actually clearing an element?
Oh, that's me clearing my reflection. It's my new force vision.
That's great. Sweet. My beaker's now protecting us. Sorry.
I have one as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I think Abessa, we last saw her run out of her room, right? And she goes running down the hallway, and is obviously emotional, is maybe not crying, but maybe close and angry, cloudy, right? And this isn't appropriate for a Jedi. And I think that as she's going down the hallway, there's an open door, and this is, somewhere else. This is somewhere else in the Jedi Temple. And she's going down a hallway quickly, and she hears a voice from within. And I can't do a good Yoda voice, right? But this is Yoda, who says, "Young one, come in here, you must come." And we see on screen, we see a Lanik, okay, who's been painted green, right? So it's the awful kind of, this is the way that they could get a member of Yoda's race. The Laniks are the ones that are short with pointy ears, but they have hair, and they're, pale colored. And so they painted him green. And because everybody in the universe, in the galaxy knows, who Yoda is because he's the leader of the Jedi. And he says something like, meditate with me, you must. The emotions you have overcome you. And they sit down for a moment and take a deep breath. And, that's where this little vignette ends, is the two of them concentrating and, meditating in the dark. Troubles you, what does?
Nice. That is so cool. And then does Abessa kind of unfold all of the pain that she's been holding to this Jedi Master?
I think she, so I think what she says is, as you know from my master, Master Nor, that there are Sith here, and they seem to be clouding everything around me. Those that I have trusted have just told me they have not been truthful with me in the past. And while the external threat is challenging enough, I worry about those I thought I could trust.
I think the response is something like, protect you, perhaps they wish to do. Truth they hold from a certain point of view.
You are wise.
Is this technically one of your moves, though? You're not.
I know. I
consulting with
think
a
it
Force
rises the old
ghost, but
best,
you're
like
consulting with the Jedi Master.
a Jedi Master or Force Ghost. I think that's supposed to be or Force Ghost, actually.
So in this case, I'm fine with this just being a vignette scene because I get to clear something
Yeah, that's
anyway.
a good idea. That's a
So-
good idea. Probably should stick, but man, that was really fun. Cool. What are you clearing once you get that information?
I cleared my coaxium, the focus and presence. Yeah.
Nice. What about for Garland? Do you have
I have a scene in mind as well. And I think we will find Garland after this whole stuff has happened. We will find him sitting in his quarters, and he's fiddling around with his new cyber hand, his cybernetic hand, and trying to
you like had the little panel open and
and trying to adjust controls and stuff like that, and seeing how that works. And I think you find that this calms him and maybe focuses his thoughts, and then he will use his cyber hand, because why not, to have a hologram appear on his hand. It's not a connection or anything. He's not talking to somebody. He's just looking at somebody's pictures. He's looking at Abessa, and he's trying to focus his breathing, and then he looks at Kalisa, and he's trying to focus his breathing as well. And he's coming to some sort of conclusion here. You don't know what it is, but he looks at them both and shrugs like, yeah, why not? And as he tries to turn it off, though it's experimental, suddenly the picture of Gerwie will appear again. He looks like at that like, what are you doing here? And I think we can cut this, because he has regained a certain modicum of focus by using this cyber hand. But well, we will have a little bit of foreshadowing with the whole Gerwie thing.
Nice. Okay, that was a cool series of scenes there. Nice montage. So I think we should progress forward. I want to pick back up with Gurwi and Giza because I just there's a lot of heat there. You shocked me, Greg, with that one, so I want to pick back up with it. And I'm imagining Gurwi is not anywhere near the temple when this takes place, right?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe there's some neutral place that they meet. Probably not down at 1313 again. Probably someplace on the surface. Maybe a place that's a block down from Dex's diner or something along those lines. Giza, the red-skinned Twi'lek, who's totally not a Sith, but probably a Sith. She says, "You seem so very troubled about what needs to happen with Kalisa."
I do not understand. She will kill me. Is this what must be done?
I don't want you to die, Gurwi. I don't want Kalisa to die. But I have seen how we can keep Abessa from her path.
Abessa?
If you defeat Kalisa, we'll change Abessa's path.
Abessa, the student.
Yes.
That Padawan? That rambling, bumbling Padawan? Her path?
What's your words? I do believe that this bumbling Padawan defeated you once.
I would not say defeated.
Well, if you truly care for Alderaan, your wants, your needs, your desires are secondary. Are they not?
Yes. Only darkness do I see there.
Buma and I are agreed upon this.
Is this would this be an inner conflict though here with the whole my master has secretly trained me as part of a revenge plot against my friend Kalisa?
I think it's an entanglement of yours that causes you some stress, so perhaps inner conflict is an appropriate reaction here.
Okay. That's and I can't use my style element. I think I'm gonna use carbonite, which is my worst stat. Here we go.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's a boom. Marking that one.
Nice. So you fail, which means you do get to you roll it, so you get an XP, right? Mark XP and roll.
Does that only have every time you do it, right? You mark an XP regardless.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
when
cool.
you do a thing, mark XP and roll anything except your style element. So to me, it's
Okay.
you mark it even if you make it or miss it. I think, yeah, what happens then is the two of you having this, you've had this intimate moment, and the door slides open and the Zabrak Koth steps in. And we hear the music, like this dark tones that indicate the Sith that we've set up as part of the musical palette. And there's something about the look, the hateful look the Koth gives to the two of you. And you know, deep down, Gurwi, that he is wholly a member of the Sith. I see that I am interrupting something. Giza, I must speak. Very well, brother. Gurwi, you understand what needs to be done. I'll leave you to it.
I'll grab her hand as she's leaving. Careful, Giza. I do not trust him.
She reaches down and kind of fondles the side of your hairy face. Says, "Oh, my Wookiee friend." And then she growls something in Kashyyyk, in Wookiee. But we don't see the subtitles for what that means, right? It's just a thing. And then she will turn and leave you. And Koth glowers at you for a moment before the door closes. You can tell he does not like you. And yeah, they leave, leaving you to wherever you wish to go next to Gurwi. The inner conflict is still burning. It's not resolved. You didn't run away. You didn't even get the opportunity to talk it through. So we shared. Yeah. Okay. We got to cut at least a couple more scenes going on here. Let's check in on Abessa. Abessa, you arrive, or you leave our Yoda figure that we haven't named Yoda because we really can't afford to pay him his estate. I've heard it's somewhere on Dagobah, like the legal, like who even knows anymore. But feeling refreshed, right? You got an opportunity to help resolve some things too.
Yeah, and more resolved that it was okay that the truth was hidden to a certain extent, as long as the intention was to help. And I think Master Yoda's perspective was very good. And I think I'll go back to my quarters after meditating, and basically to straighten things up, I left there inappropriately and see if anyone else is there. And I think it's up to the, do you guys want to be there still, or have you gone off to do something else?
Imagine that we did, like, if we do the Unity of Time, Garland went off to do his thing, Kalissa did their own thing, but it would be interesting to have you run into someone.
I'm
So in that
okay
case-
with it because time nebulous.
Yeah.
I can always be anywhere anyway, once per session.
It's true,
so-
you got this.
I've got this move.
So I think I go in and, no one's in my room. So I, straighten everything back up, and I close the door and I leave. And I think the first person I call is Garland.
Yeah. I think Garland was en route to Abessa anyway, because he wanted to talk to her once he's had some time to calm down, and she's maybe had some time to calm down. So
Garland, I really appreciate, and I'm very sorry for my outburst earlier. As you know, I am but a student, a Padawan, and I do not have the ability to do battle with the Sith and what they represent, except by gathering others to my side. And
I believe
think-
your purity is a weapon in and of itself, Abessa.
I don't know that purity is the word, maybe naivete.
No, I do not think you are naive.
Ah.
I think you have a clear heart, which is now obviously troubled by my deception, for which I have to apologize. My own heart is not always as untroubled as it should be.
I don't think an apology is necessary. I think I overreacted. I spoke to one of the masters, and they told me, they helped me learn that hiding the truth or not speaking the truth, more to the point, could be a protection and could be a way of showing caring to another. And I don't think there's any need to apologize for such a thing.
Thank you for saying that. I was not clear on my own motives there, but yes, I truly want to protect you.
Do you trust Kalisa?
Trust is a strange word. I trust her on certain things, but I mean, I would trust her to do what she thinks is right. I do not think I would absolutely trust her judgment on Giza.
I find myself drawn to the balance of the Force, because without balance in nature, there becomes a vacuum. And I also see that Kalisa's practical nature of using things outside of the Force is very useful for those of us here in the Order, that we often forget and neglect the... So this is the first time I've actually seen that you were wounded, or I've acknowledged it, right? This is the first time I kind of see your arm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what happened?
I fought the Sith. I did not win in the first round when I went at him alone. But I believe you are right. In my journeys outside of the Jedi Order, I have seen many things that are not taught in the temple. The temple has a very narrow vision of what the world is like and what people are like. I believe that Kalisa sees more clearly in some respects, but I do not like her affinity for the dark side, because there are things in the dark side that are seductive, that will turn you and twist you if you are not careful. And I do not take her for a careful woman.
I think at this point, though, we must protect Kalisa because she is the one that the Sith are after for some reason.
Yes, my old master asked me to. Well, to protect her from things. I have not told her that entirely because I fear she would be insulted if I told her that I felt that she needed protection. But clearly she does.
And thus the topic comes up again of not telling people things that might hurt them, but still going forward with their best intentions in mind. So I'm learning much from my association with you, and from, Master Door and Kalisa and Gory. Who to trust, who to not trust.
Gory, what? I only met him once and he seemed very focused on what he considered the right path.
Gory scares me, and I have to calm my thoughts in order to overcome that. I had no idea he was so far gone, and his statements to my master have put me in bad standing. But he must follow his own path, and I hope that he will come back to the Jedi Order.
I hope he will come back to, I don't know, some kind of moderation. I feel that he's very passionate about things. And while not all kinds of passion are as evil as the Order paints it, this singularity of mind that I felt in him, that does not bode well for anyone.
That's a good lesson as well, to consider more than a single purpose. Thank you.
Moderation is always a good. Moderation is always something you might consider. And I think that's the perfect point for Kalisa to call.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. So agree.
Speaking of moderation,
So yeah, she calls.
Who does she call?
Probably
Yeah.
Abessa. You were the one that ran off.
I am.
So you
Um,
brought, like, that's who she calls first, at least.
yeah.
Not aware they're together. Or maybe she is. I don't know.
It is the Force.
Yeah.
So, Kalisa, it's good to hear from you. I've just spoken to Garland, and I have to apologize to you for running out like the way I did.
That's a lot happened in a short amount of time. I can understand. I was hoping to, I'll be contacting Garland after this, but I want to invite you both over to my apartment so we can figure out what's going on between us before.
It's strange intruding into calls, but I'm here.
Oh.
That's right. They were together. Lisa.
Okay. All right. That's good. But then both of you should come over so we can talk face to face.
Is your apartment safe?
Of course it is.
Then I think that would be a fantastic place to talk, because that's where they might expect us least. And that's where those who wish you harm might expect you most.
Less talking, Abessa. Let's go.
Yes.
Nice. So the two of you, Abessa and Garland, finished the conversation with Kalisa. Where's Kalisa stay? She's not welcome to stay in the temple.
Like I said, because I took that move, what is it called? Vision of Hope. I have a lavish wardrobe, and then it extends to the set of my apartment, of course.
Nice. Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
She's got money. I don't know from what, because she doesn't really seem to have a job, but she does.
She has money via movie logic.
Yeah, totes. Like she's like new ridiculous dress as her attendant like greets you at the door, and then she's right there waiting to talk with you all as well. Okay, so this is, once the doors are closed and they're all set down, are you okay? I know the Giza relationship was startling for you, Abessa.
Everything I've been taught about the Sith indicate that they are full of hate and value destruction. And I can't say that I've met Giza, but I have seen her, and she pushed Gowrie towards destruction. And this is what troubles me. I also trust my master.
And I entirely trust you in this. I mean, our relationship is I mean, it's one of passion and skill. So we teach each other things, but but obviously, I didn't never believed it would be one to last. Uh, but that all said, I need to speak on my own feelings in regards to both of you. As I'm not part of the council. I don't believe that we should bury our feelings. I believe our emotions make us stronger when we know how to channel them properly. And I want you both to know that
And as you're about to confess, can Gurwi show up? It's up to you. I'm fine with.
I'm okay with it. It's such
really
a good
like it.
dramatic moment.
It's so good. And I think it's like this may be the last moments, but like, what do we see when Gurwi comes in? What does that look like?
Oh well, Gurwi is here to kill Kalisa. So I think he this is like Coruscant, right? So there's like that balcony thing outside your apartment or something, and maybe you're like standing in front of an open window about to confess your love for both Garland and Abessa, and that's when Guri, like as a shadowy figure, lands behind you. And then
Yes.
dual
This is gonna go
lightsabers
bad
come
for
out.
Guri.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. Yeah, and I think he's on the balcony, right? Like, so he lands behind her, and it just for fun, because we've got 3 Jedi, and I don't want poor Gurwi to like. Then we see dropping down behind him, but like landing on the rail of the balcony is the incredibly agile, none other than Calla Stygian, who's there fighting alongside Gurwi.
I was gonna say, like, if it's just Gurwi against 4 people.
Well, it's just Gurwi and Calla Stygian, who's got her own.
Kala wants her saber back.
Yes, she does.
That's fair.
Cool. So we'll end it right there. That's a good like cliffhanger moment. That's fun. Let's roll through our end of session stuff. That was pretty fun. Okay, so we got our start of session stuff, so we'll just roll around and do that at end of session, which is where we go through entanglements. You get 2 XP if you significantly hit your highlighted entanglement, and 1 XP if you pursued the other one. Where is that actually? Yeah, there it is. Okay, advancement. Okay, good. So let's start, since we did right to left to intros, we'll do left to right for entanglements. For Kalisa, we have the highlighted, I sort of Boomba, I would protect Garland. They'd be offended if they knew. Definitely 2 XP for that.
Yep.
I cannot choose between Abessa and Giza. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure I hit that.
I think so too.
You might want to add and Garland to that one.
Garland and
that's a start of session move.
Exactly. We just be mindful that your entanglements can change and evolve. So Gurwi, you love Ethan Nor, but you have sworn revenge against their friend Garland. What do you think?
Yep, I think we hit that one with the chase.
Yep, me too. Then my master Giza secretly trained me as part of a revenge plot. Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I think we hit that one too.
All right, Abessa. I've discovered my friend Kalisa has been learning techniques from Giza, master of an enemy Sith. Yep. And then I humiliated myself in front of Ethan Nor, my master, who I desire his respect, and Gurwi will let no one forget it. I think so. Like, we didn't directly, but flashing back to why Gurwi has that mean on for Abessa, I think that fulfills.
We actually kind of played out a very similar scene, which is where Gowry embarrassed Abessa in front of Ethan Nor, I mean, it was almost a duplicate of that same thing.
Yes. Yeah, that's even better. Oh,
Yeah.
good call. Good point. Good point. And then Garland Dahl, you swore to Orion Cora that you would protect Kalisa. I think, yeah, we can mark that one. You guys, the fight that we opened up with was definitely a bit of that. Note to self, to future Rich, definitely want Orion Cora to show up in our next session because I think that's interesting. It has some good heat to it. And then I disguise myself to get close to Abessa, but Ethan Nor, their master, is falling from me. So
I think I confessed to her that I disguised myself, so I guess that kind of hits that.
I think so too. And I think we probably need to rewrite that entanglement when we start next session. So be thinking about that. Awesome. That resolves our mechanics, right? We don't have any other end of session stuff that I'm aware of that I recall. So I think we are good on that. Let's do our normal end of session feedback stuff. Hey, Greg, you should change your name. You should rename yourself back to Greg. Hey, everybody, are we good if I share this with the... all right, awesome. So let's do some quick stars and wishes. I just wanted to quickly give a star to the Ewok that we got to see a couple times. That was great.
Ewok.
When Return of the Jedi came out, my Chihuahua had puppies, and we named one of them Wicket, and that was fun. We weren't very imaginative, so wow, that is impressive. So we will do wishes, and then we'll circle around for stars. We'll do it starting from the right-hand side of the keeper this time. So let's go ahead and start off with wishes. Sabine, wishes, of course, can be things like, hey, I definitely want X or Y to happen next session, or if there are any particular aspects of the system that you guys want me to double check on, anything along those lines, that is helpful too.
No, I kind of like this, the way this session went. We had duels, we had a bit of action, we had emotion stuff, thingies happening, and I'm absolutely happy with the way this is going. I don't know what I'd wish for. I mean, more glory, obviously. Trying to get him back on our side and ending up as a, I don't know how we'll end up, but I liked it. I loved it. Sorry, no great wishes.
Good. Okay. Wishes from Steven.
Yeah, one thing I noticed was I don't know that I'd seen the lightsaber master move before that lets you have 2 wounded conditions, and the first one doesn't mean as much. But I wanted to point out, under the student, there's a move that if you're wounded, everyone else gets +1 ongoing.
Yep.
And the min-maxer in me went, oh, that's a bad combination. So I don't know in the rules if, as an advancement, you could take one of those roll moves. And that's something that you might want to clarify with Lowell, or just to let him know, hey, there's a bad combination here where someone could mark wounded at a whim anytime they had to mark an element, and then give everyone else +1 ongoing. I mean, that narratively might be okay.
Yeah.
But it just seems a little weird.
I don't know if you can take the roll moves, though. That's the good question.
You can't take the roll moves, but you could take the Rise of the Old Masters move.
No, it's the lightsaber master move that is the one that allows the second wound condition.
Yeah, but the Rise of the Old Master says if you have wounded mark, then give everyone +1. So
Is it?
Rebel Resolve, but yeah.
Oh, Rebel Resolve. Okay.
Yeah. So if Kalisa took Rebel Resolve, that could create a situation. Yeah.
But it's only luckily it's a +1 forward. It's not ongoing. So
I thought it was ongoing.
The Rebel Resolve says forward.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay, good.
Forward.
Yeah. So
okay,
it's
that
not
makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, it's not as powerful.
Exactly. It's like a supercharge, but it only lasts for a flash. And I will definitely mention it to Lowell just so he's mindful of it, but I don't imagine.
Yeah.
If it was ongoing, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was ongoing for some reason. I was like, oh, that's crazy. The other wish is, in this session more than the last one, it seemed like we split the party and it's like 3-1. And I found it a little bit hard to get Greg into scenes.
Yes.
And I'd like to make sure that, we can get him in more scenes.
Absolutely. That was my that was my wish. Is like I wish, and I was very thankful that Greg like worked himself in. Thank you for doing that work. But I want to work hard on getting you back in to scenes with folks because I think that's really cool.
Thanks.
Good. So thank you very much, Stephen. I'm just grabbing the name of the move you took there at the end so I can stick it in because I'm fussy and done. All right. And so, Greg, you're next. What wishes did you have?
Just a minor wish. I really hope to see Steven get wounded so we can see that move go off. Because I think it's interesting in that move that it says allies, and right now in the fiction, I would not be your ally. So that's kind of a cool part. And then, yeah, I think in general, I want to see this sort of arc with Gurwi where he does go dark side and then comes back. Yeah. And so I think we're definitely heading in that direction. I'm just super excited to see it happen.
Good. I agree. I think we're on our way. Joe, what wishes did you have?
Dealing more with Greg, and I guess like some of the other NPCs that like we had entanglements. So like hopefully this will come up, but like I just forced another entanglement on Greg's character and the Meralukian, since you're both the Blue Alderaan cult. So, and like I had the previous entanglement with her.
Yep. I'm glad you didn't get rid of Booma. I tried to at least have her mentioned and kind of brought in, but I definitely want her on screen as well. I'm a little intimidated by a person who as described, speaks frustratingly cryptically, because I'm not good at that, but I will try. I will endeavor to be cryptic. Maybe you guys can crypticize something and say and help me out with that one. That'd be cool.
Well, maybe
cool.
it was just to me that she was cryptic.
That's true. Everybody else, she's like wide open, and they're like, "Why did you say that Booma's a?" Yeah. So, by the way, Booma constantly the name makes me think of Avatar, which is a good thing. But
makes me think of Dragon Ball.
Oh, I don't know Dragon Ball, so
Yeah, you're not missing out.
People like it, so it's got its own stuff. It's cool.
Yep.
Let's stick with you for stars.
Huge star to all the emotional turmoil between this hopeful throuple. I don't know, and big star for Greg going all in on him. Like, yeah, I think I'm evil. I think I'm going darker and darker.
That was funny. That was really funny. Sweet. And so thank you very much, Joe. Greg, a couple stars.
Yeah, just big star to everyone else for making this super complicated. And you know, confessing your interest in each other and making this super complicated, because I think if I injured any of you now, you all have sworn vengeance against me, which is great. So yeah.
Man, does Gurwi go dark and never come back?
Do you show me the error of my ways?
Steven.
So a star to Greg for the whole backstory of Alderaan, for giving the reason for going dark, because we don't often see that in some Star Wars films. Why Sith are bad is because of some backstory reason. And in this case, it's a Jedi who like, oh, I think I'm doing the best thing. And that's a good backstory. I really like that. I enjoyed the scene. I also enjoyed the scene with all the inner conflict popping off. It was like a snowball. It was like, oh, that's so good. And then also I have to say that the setup was really, really good. So I wasn't so sure about how Hearts of Wulin would work with all the, Jedi and Star Wars stuff, because of the romance and all that, PC on PC. Jedis don't fight each other. And setting it up as a holo novel and, let all that conflict happen because we have a different audience and we're actors who don't know about the Jedi Code. That's so good. So yeah, thank you.
Very happy to hear that. I was worried because I had that same concern of like people would feel stilted about my Jedi fighting your Jedi. So I'm glad that works for you. That makes me happy. Thank you very much, Stephen. And Sabine, bring us home.
Oh yeah, Stars for Everyone. I really liked the whole emotional triangle between Abessa and Kalisa and Garland. That was amazing, and the way we kind of worked this out, that was also amazing. And I really loved the flashback with Gurvi. That was really fun because, first of all, I had a scene with Gurvi, and second of all, it was actually quite quite important, I guess, for the whole who Gurvi is and who Garland is. Yeah. Yeah, you do, Joe. You sound like Janet from The Good Place, Not a Jedi.
Not a Jedi.
That's cute. I didn't realize that, but that is absolutely appropriate. Sweet. Thank you all so much for giving this thing a shot. I look forward to hitting it. So be at our midpoint. This is a great thing about 5 sessions. Hearts of Wulin is a game that like packs a whole lot in every session. So this is going to be really neat. You know, what happens in our 3rd session? Is Gerway go full dark? It's exciting. It's good. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream here. Thank you all so much for playing.